Hi, and welcome back to the internet's #1 podcast on public library recommendations and holy strange odors. This is episode 203 of the Not Funny Guys presents Off the Reels. I'm Casey, and the two men across from me, one over there and one down there, actually he's over there, is Eric and Dr. John. Gentlemen, let's talk about some Batman Returns, shall we? Let's go back to the good old times, the simpler times when gas was still 94 cents a gallon, back to 1992. How's it
Well,
going?
we can always do Die
Was it
Hard.
even
Talk about the
was it even that
69 cent
expensive
gas.
then?
No, I think it was like 89
I was
cents.
about to say, yeah.
It was like 68. You can see it very clearly in Die Hard when what's his name looks over at Nakatomi Towers, and you get like,
oh, the days. I remember driving. I started driving in 2000 alone, at least, and I was still able to get it under $1 at that point.
I know, it was fantastic,
but it was close to $1 at that point. So like,
yeah.
2001 didn't help anything.
I had something and you made me forget it. It was about the good old days, and now I don't remember what it was. How's it going? How are you both doing?
Fine.
Yeah. Okay, it's been a week. I don't know.
I remember 1992. Bill Clinton. That's what Trump prompted me. I'm listening. I'm catching up on I'm catching up on Fat Man Beyond, and Mark Bernard was there. One of the questions was, what's one of those shows, like your happy shows that you go to watch to make you feel better? And he says West Wing. It's his favorite show. He loves to go back and watch it. And then, but he goes, although watching it now, it's a fantasy because we're so far removed from that form of politics that that West Wing seems farcical that could ever be that happy.
Yeah, it does seem it seems preposterously
optimistic,
proud, right? Optimistic, or what is it like when you have a lot of pride in your country? I forget the
patriotism.
I would love
patriotic. Thank you.
I'm going to throw this out there, and I know a lot of people would be like, "No, don't do this. This is a horrible idea." But hear me out, Aaron Sorkin. I would love for you to revive West Wing and write it as if it's politics today, because I would love to know his writing style with today's politics. Keep it be a Democrat gets into office and has to fix things, but I would love to see how he would handle that prose. I think it'd be interesting. I don't think it would do very well.
I think everyone's begging him for another West Wing, I'm sure. Like I doubt
he's giving it social network.
I doubt this is the first time this week he's heard someone ask him to rewrite it.
Yes, I know, but he hasn't heard us say it. And as we found out with WWE, they listened to us for some reason. So
it's true. He should what I would actually say, I don't know that a West Wing would be able to come back well, but I would be up for like a movie. It would be interesting to see him do like an American president.
So let him do the duo again, do American president, and then and do a West.
See if he can get back into it, and then
I got his opening scene.
Yeah,
it's a private plane. Corey Lewandowski, Kristi Noem. Someone walks in on their private back of the cabin with a camera, and they're in the middle of it, getting it off.
What I would love is for him to do Corey and her, but let her be like Mandy, and so in season 2 she's just gone.
I think there's I don't know. I was gonna say like maybe an Epstein sort of joke to it.
I'm sure there would be an Epstein.
I do think like I don't know that it's possible to write a presidential hopeful thing right now, because it does feel like we've actually I mean, not true. Like it's somehow we've merged House of Cards and Veep, right? The sinister back channelness of House of Cards, the stupidity and dumb choices of Veep, and the ridiculousness. Like somehow those two things have come together, and that is the current ecosystem of politics.
That's what the movie would have to be. That's an absurdist piece of shit.
But like, how do you write fiction to this point, right?
Well,
it's almost impossible.
But I think
present.
But I think the way you have to go about it,
documentary,
because Americans love the sentimentality. It has to be the show starts off in this horrible place, and by the end of the last season, it has to be like, okay, we've resolved it. But sir, you didn't get anything accomplished. We got a lot of things accomplished. You just don't know it because we didn't go out and build a monument and do this. We fixed democracy. That was our slow burn. I actually don't know if you could call it West Wing.
You need another Jeb Bartlett, right? You need someone who is so pure-ish.
Yes. And
right?
that's you have to understand this, that he has to do.
This has to be an absurdist film, a mockumentary documentary.
I don't
Like
think you do
Melania.
documentary. Yeah.
Like Melania.
Well, if you're gonna do
But then
that,
you're doing
I
pure
don't.
comedy. That's not Sorkin.
Oh,
I mean,
that's what I'm
Sorkin
looking
needs to
for.
do something dramatic.
I'm aiming
Yes,
for
I-
absurdist.
Well, I think you can have a companion piece,
Death
though,
of
John.
Stalin, but Death of Trump, basically.
I actually think if Sorkin, if I were
It'd be about the
Sorkin,
same.
I would do the New West Wing and let it be his normal style, but it's all about hope. Then take the same cast; they're going to do double duty, but what you do is you create a secondary show called Capitol Hill.
No,
So
remember,
one
you have to
airs
take
on
the.
like Tuesday and one airs on Wednesday. And Capitol Hill is John's mockumentary because that seems to be what you do on Capitol Hill is you just constantly go on the news networks. So let the mockumentary comedy be Capitol Hill. And then
Yeah.
West Wing is when they're trying to be like, okay, we're really serious people. And then they can reference each other all the time. It's like you say this, like the new CJ can be like, you said this, but you said over here on Fox News or whatever their version of it is, blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, I didn't mean it at the time. But you literally said it and then call out the juxtaposition of the two.
That would actually be an interesting TV show format to see pop up. I wonder if that could be done because like it could fit to your point, John, where you're getting almost farcical with it. I don't know if you can get fully farcical, but essentially you have 3 shows or 2 shows maybe at least.
Yeah.
And it's 2 of the viewpoints of the same story, but one is essentially the Fox News broadcast, one is the MSNBC broadcast, let's say. And then maybe there's a third that's, the truth, right? The 2 sides of every story have a third side, right? Whatever, or things like that. Every story has 3 sides.
We should pitch this, Eric, but I think honestly,
let's just go. I'm sure.
Well, no,
I'm sure
here's
Sorkin's taking calls.
well, no. We're gonna pitch it for ourselves, and I
Okay.
think the way it has to
I'm
end up
pitching.
being, it has to be on Apple TV, and it's gonna be like you pitch it as like, look, we're gonna do one season. It's gonna be 3 shows for one season, and we're gonna tell this arc. Because
So
I
you're
don't
doing like
know.
a Sherlock style show where it's an hour and a half, a movie per episode, basically.
Yeah, but I don't see any network in their right mind being like, yes, we'll greenlight 3 different shows that are going to do the same story. But I think you could do.
No,
I
British
could,
Bear do it.
I could see you
British
getting
do
on
it.
with a streamer. The right streamer was looking for content.
We
I'm
can
sure.
we can get somebody in Europe or Great Britain or Canada to do this for us.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. All right,
Maybe
well,
a-
let's
It would
let's
be a
move on
neat,
to
it
what
would be
we-
a neat project if you could get writers from around the world telling the same story, but for each of their cultures.
Now, before I ask you what you guys have done, I realized something earlier that I didn't pull out last week, and I want to pull it out right now.
Please.
And we're going to do this live on this video.
Oh, God help us.
It is a Topps unopened pack of Batman
Wow.
cards.
You're going to open it on air?
I'm going to open it right now.
What?
Oh.
Hold on. What is the worth of this thing unopened before you start
I don't know.
you start blaspheming?
much.
Before
Probably.
someone like online is like, ah!
I got
It's
it
not
for
Pokemon,
I
okay?
got it for free. I got it in
When?
something.
Back in '89.
No, I bought it. I bought something like a couple of years ago at a con, and it was just given to me.
Okay, all right, fine. That's
So I'm not
Don't
worried
hold
about
me
it.
on
fine. I thought like you were holding on to something like for
No,
20 years, 30
I want to know
years
what's in it. I want to know
Well,
what's in it. So here we go. We're opening it up.
Eric, while he's doing this SWAT, there's gonna be some
It's
people
killing
assaulting
me.
his house.
Oh yeah,
I know,
there
like-
probably are. All right, so
I have
first off-
Harley Quinn pops. I'm not willing to open for this.
All right, so
reason.
first off, gentlemen,
I know they're
first
never
off,
going to be worth
gentlemen.
anything. Maybe a
First
beanie
All
off,
right, what do we got?
we got the bubble
Gum.
gum.
Oh, you can eat
Ooh,
that.
all right, nice. that
No,
it's still
because
gum.
I don't want to die.
Oh, come on. It just is.
Oh, you're fine. It's just gum. Yeah.
No, they've said that opening packs and eating the gum because of like the ink and being in there and so old, it can actually make you sick.
So give
It would
that
basically dissolve in my mouth.
Whatever science.
So first up, we got a Joker card,
Oh, that's nice. I like
Ooh,
that.
I like that.
and
yeah,
it's one of those that connects.
Oh, I like one
sometimes.
of the picture ones. It's nice.
Okay.
I like that though.
Next card is called Grip of Death. Grip of
Oh.
Death. And if you want to know what the
Okay.
back looks like, they look like this.
No.
Oh, next one is Super Sleek Craft. Super Sleek Craft.
Was it the
back.
plane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be the plane. Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. I actually like this one. Joy Buzzed to Death.
All right. It's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Weird
Ooh.
card. That it's like 2 screen.
Night of the Bat. Night of the Bat.
So far, the Joker card's the best.
Agreed.
Yeah.
No match for Batman.
Still gonna say the Joker card.
Yeah.
Gotham City's Gang Lords.
That's what she said.
Oh, that's nice. I like that one.
It's not
Except
bad,
for except for the the break right here between city and S because of the trademark symbol.
Oh,
Who?
Oh.
What are you?
oh, there you go. That's a classic scene.
Ah, Alicia's new look.
Mm.
And I would like to say this one applies to our podcast. Keep up the bad work. So there you go.
That is a true motto here at Not Funny Enterprises.
So there we go. Open live on things. So how is it going this week?
I
What
like
have you guys?
I still like the card. I think you got to make that card prominent somehow. That Joker card. That's a good one. I like the
I'll
red.
see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Maybe it'll be overlaid, right?
Mhm.
There in the middle.
There.
All right, Dr. John, what have you been up to this week? You're up first.
Not that much in terms of movie watching. A lot of reading, but not so much movie watching.
Any TV watching this week?
Not really. I had kind of a catch back up week this week with work,
Yeah, sure.
so
I
not much.
feel you on that.
I did start a couple movies, but I've not finished anything because I got interrupted.
Okay.
So
I think Eric and I can both relate to you get caught up with stuff at work.
you do.
Oh.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, sorry, I peaked there. My gain's a little high. Eric, tell me about the one thing here that I really want to know about that you watched this week. There's one thing.
Well, there's only one thing besides what we watched for the pods
Is it
here.
Nymphomaniac?
Yes.
Did you watch that?
No, that was
Finally.
if you're not careful, I'm going to pick that as my next pick for this
Oh,
podcast.
no. Aren't they making a third part of that too?
Aren't there
I
already
don't know.
3 Nymphomaniacs?
I thought there were
No.
two. I thought
Oh.
there were just the two.
It's just 2 Nymphomaniacs in the world.
Just two different. Makes a lot of sense for how I'm doing, right? No, so the only thing I watched besides the required viewings of our homework.
Before you say what it was,
Jesus.
did you like it? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Now
I
say what
liked it. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the remake in 2021. It is not a sequel, but it is essentially a spiritual successor. I think that's the term Anaconda kind of used when they did it.
Yeah.
It is the spiritual successor to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I think even Roger Rabbit makes a cameo, if I'm not mistaken. There's a ton of cameos.
Peter Pan's one of my favorites.
Peter, yeah. What was it, Big Pete or something like that, or Old Pete? I don't know. But it was a lot of fun. So it's by the people. It's by Akiva Schaffer, one of the members of the Lonely Island. The rap group, the frap group, I think they call themselves, fake rap. I like him as a director. He also directed the recent Naked Gun, that gives you a little instance into his style. This feels very similar in that the Lonely Island in general, a lot of their style, especially because Akiva tends to be the director default for that group, tends to be a lot of background jokes. Right. And a lot of kind of just said and moved on sort of things. And that sort of, Naked Gun style a little bit, or Scary Movie, to those things where things happen so quickly that each joke has about 5 jokes within.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. I think there were some missteps. I almost wanted Andy Samberg, who plays Dale, or no, Chip, I think it is. And Dale is John Mulaney. I almost wanted them to swatch roles. And for Andy to be more of the straight man and John Mulaney to do a little bit more of the goofy side, partly because John Mulaney, no offense to Andy Samberg's a hilarious comedic actor, but John Mulaney's a better voice actor.
Good point.
And so John Mulaney, I think, could have had a little bit of an interesting take with that and kind of that. But yeah, I mean, it was an interesting premise. It wasn't quite a Rescue Rangers. Gadget is her name.
Barely in it.
Barely in it. So is Monty.
Monterey. Yeah.
And I
Zipper
kind of would
is
have
like
liked
the only one who's like more in it than.
I mean, about as much as Gadget, right?
True.
And so I would have liked to seen Gadget and Zipper be a bigger part of it. It's the original Gadget. Who plays her still, also famous for her voice work as Dot, and apparently Daisy Duck. She's done a lot of Daisy Duck. So yeah, I don't know. It was good. I gave it, I think, 3.5 stars. I like it, but I probably am a little biased towards the not, the Lonely Island stuff and things like that.
Mhm.
But otherwise, I'd recommend it. It's a decent kids
Yeah.
film. I think it's PG, but it's definitely PG.
Yeah. I
I
haven't
wouldn't recommend it for young kids, but I think middle school would
I
certainly
haven't
be fine. Maybe
shown
even
it.
old elementary.
I haven't shown it to the 5-year-old because he hasn't watched much Rescue Rangers, but maybe this would make him want to. After he's watched Roger Rabbit, he might have more of an affinity towards
There's a lot of
this.
adult-ish themes, or kind of nods or over the head of kids, sort of Pixar
Yeah.
style, where, this is all about two faded celebrities trying to get status back. So
Yeah.
imagine all the jokes you can make about, celebrities past their
Yeah.
prime, basically.
Yeah. I watched this the day it dropped, but I haven't seen it since. So I'm curious. I'd be curious to
Was
kind of
it
go
was
back
it
and
was it always digital, or did
yeah,
it come out in theaters
it
first?
was always
Okay.
digital.
Yeah, it's on
So,
Disney Plus. I only discovered, I think, just looking through.
yeah.
I don't know how I discovered it, but then I realized it was a stacked cast. It's a great
Yeah.
cast. You got so many people in it. So
They
yeah, if you
they
haven't seen it,
promoted it
John, I'd
like
recommend
hell.
it. Especially if you like the Rescue Rangers, I think it's a decent take on it. It is ultimately a Rescue Rangers story in terms of its pacing and its plot line.
I like there's a whole like a subtext of like hand drawn versus CG, which I think is
Yeah,
really
yeah,
funny.
yeah. And the idea of, is it worth, glowing up our formal idols, right?
Yeah.
I think it's Chip, right? Chip is
Yeah.
the Hawaiian shirt.
No,
Um
that's
s-
Dale.
oh, okay. So Dale is
Magnum
Andy
PI.
Samberg.
Yeah.
Dale is Andy. Chip was John
Indiana
Mulaney. And
Jones.
Yeah, and they
Okay.
yeah.
the whole
And
CG
they
versus
do a lot of good fun jokes
yeah.
about who they are too, and the Indiana Jones
Yeah.
instances and stuff.
The
It's a
whole
worthwhile watch, but don't get your hopes up
the whole
for
CG
anything else.
versus hand drawn is really funny because it's all about it's basically like celebrities getting plastic surgery. It's like I can't believe you
Hmm.
went and had that work done. It's like
Right.
what? Now I look cool. I'm in 3D. I'm fully dimensional.
Yeah, exactly. I
Um,
like that they're just, the neat thing is I do like that they're just part of the world, right?
yeah,
It's not the sort of like,
that's the
I mean,
Roger Rabbitness of it
that's the
all. Is
Roger Rabbit
Yeah.
aspect, but there's not even people trying to get rid of them this time, which is
yeah,
where it goes off. There's no one who hates the
right.
cartoons in that way. It's just they're part of the world. I love the tiny little buildings, that
Yeah,
exist for the cartoons, basically next to the giant skyscrapers.
yeah,
Even though the kid, the cartoon essentially is a skyscraper, but it goes up like a
yeah.
story.
Um, I want to say I'm gonna talk about it, but I really love the
Yeah.
poster for Werewolves Within. I think it just makes me happy. It's just one of those. This week I did some watching myself, as generally do. But
Mhm.
we didn't end up doing a ton. I watched a little bit more TV this week because the 5-year-old just wanted to watch Tim Tracker on YouTube, watching Halloween Horror Nights videos of Tim Tracker going through all of the houses at Halloween Horror Nights. So it's as
Okay.
if he was at Halloween Horror Nights himself, and he was asking me all types of questions about what did you think about this house, and did you do that house, and what is
So he
this?
walked through all the houses that we went through,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Okay.
And then he did one in LA, and so the 5-year-old's watching both, and he's like, "Oh, why didn't
Which
you
one did he do in LA?
all of them?"
Oh, okay.
And so like the 5-year-old's like, why didn't you do this house?" I was like, "Because that house wasn't in um
Florida.
Florida, it was in LA." And then it was a lot. I kept telling him over and over again, it's like, if it's too scary, let me know, we'll turn it off. And he's like, well, it's just makeup and costumes. And it's just like props and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, good. But then by the end, he was like, Dad, I would only do these houses. He's like, I would do the Wyatt house, Fallout, Five Nights at Freddy, and
Oh.
what was the other one? Oh, Hatchet and Chain. He's like, I would do those, but the others are too scary for me to go through.
Hatchet and Chain was actually really good. I do
He
remember liking
he
that one
liked
more.
that. So anyway, that's what I've been watching a lot of. But I did watch
Hatchet and Chain was the only one that messed with my senses because it had the smell in it.
yeah. I'm rewatching Batman with him. We've made it all the way to where Vicky's going to the Batcave with Batman. Um,
That's what she said.
he does not like Joker. He told me last night because he wanted to watch more Tim Tracker. So we didn't pick back up with Batman, but he was like, I don't want to watch it. And I was like, that's what can you tell me why? And he leans in, he goes, Joker's too scary. He killed someone. And I was
Mm,
like, yes, Joker's a bad guy. And he's like, I don't like him, bad guy. And
mm.
I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I'm sorry. And then I was like, all right, we don't have to watch it again. I was
Well,
done.
I'm
I was,
sorry, but here we go.
yeah, well, no, I was willing. I told him, I was like, we don't have to watch it. I was like, if you decide you want to watch it later, finish it, we can. But you expressed yourself. You told me why you didn't like something because we're trying to force him into instead of saying I don't want to do this, a why. Like I don't want to eat at this anymore. Well, why don't you want to eat it? Instead of going,
Mm.
it's poopy. Like give a reason why. So for Batman, when he told me that, I was like, okay, that's fine. That's fair. We do not have to watch it. Like it is
Okay.
done. You tell me if you want to come
Yeah.
back to it. And then after we watched some Tim Track, he goes, we can finish Batman tomorrow. And I was like, okay, we'll finish Batman tomorrow. So we'll finish it tonight, and we'll see how his poor little mind is warped. I'm not showing him Batman Returns though. On this watching, I think he's definitely too young for Batman Returns because Batman Returns, as we're going to talk about, gets way more sexual, way more sexual. And
Yeah, my comment in my note says horny as hell, everybody.
yeah, and like there's some things like in Batman when Bruce is making out with Vicky on the stairs, it's not as apparent to him.
Yeah.
But I don't want him walking into school and be like, "Oh, there's the pussy I've been looking for," and you're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
So
maybe not
he's not
maybe
watching
not
Batman
that type.
Returns for a while. He'll be going straight to Batman Forever.
Man, Batman
I just hope
Returns
he goes and he
really
pets
took a
a
turn.
kitty cat after that comment. He does it.
But I do want to mention this actually goes to our green room topic, John, that we were having. So I was holding my tongue while we were talking. I wanted to have this conversation on the podcast. I There was a documentary I've been wanting to watch in the movie theater, and I didn't get a chance to go see it. And it dropped on iTunes this week, so I bought it. It was a 24.99 documentary. I normally don't like to pay that high for a doc, but this was one I was very interested in. And I watched the AI doc or How I Became an Apocalyptimist. And
Okay.
it is a documentary about and it's from an award-winning documentarian. He was about to have a baby and he was learning about AI and it was making him really depressed. So he decided to get all of the world's experts on AI to come and do this documentary that's like an hour and 50 minutes maybe.
Mm,
He does go to a lot of the companies. He gets Sam Altman, he gets the head of Anthropic. Elon refuses to
of
go
course.
on, and Zuckerberg does not return his calls. But
Okay.
he gets a lot of people, and so the first half is it's Tristan Harris and a bunch of AI experts just being like, and this is how the world's going to end with AI. Like it's really shitty, and the world is going to end. Like there's no way around this. Pandora's box has been opened. We're all fucked, and everyone's racing towards getting AGI. And the second someone gets AGI, we're all screwed.
Hmm.
And he starts off, he's like, look, I hear the term AI and I think I know what AI is, but I need to hear the experts actually tell me what AI is. And there's a spot in it where they're all kind of like, we don't know, which is very eye-opening and illuminating, like, oh, what's going on? Um, so the
Yeah.
first half is very depressing. And then eventually he's like, okay, I'm scared. And he like before he switches halves, he asked like all the people, would you have a child in the world that we're living in? And a lot of them are like, no. I wouldn't bring a child into this world. Then he's after he gets depressed and his wife's pregnant, and then you get like conversations with them. Then it switches to I need to talk to someone who's excited for AI. So then the most of the back half is people like singing the praises of AI, and then it rounds back up to the end of like I don't know how I feel anymore, and then he gets to the outcome of his actual documentary. It was really good. There was a lot of stuff that I did not know. They do not mention the company that I work for. So it's not mentioned at all, which I was actually kind of surprised by. They do go into the absurd amount of electricity and energy needed for AI. Like it essentially takes a river every day of water to cool a data center. And I had no idea. And there's like parts of like, what are we like? Here are people who live near it. Look at their tap water. Like they have no water because it's all going over there. Like
Yeah.
we're using up our resources. And there's a spot where like OpenAI's guy, not his name escapes me at the second.
Sam
Um,
Altman.
Sam Altman is like,
Yeah.
yeah, we can use AI to solve like climate problems and like make sure that we have all this. And then the AI expert, they cut to her and she's like, that's great. Why don't you do that first instead of doing like trying to make money? So they get some really good little bits in there. It takes, I think it was 14 gigawatts of power, and the one of the experts is like, that's enough electricity for 14 million people on this planet for a single day. that you want to run. Like, think about how much that's going to be. So anyway, it's a very good documentary. I
I
highly
think they
recommend
should
it.
put these in orbit. There's your cooling problem solved.
Yeah, that would be a good solution. China's experimenting with at the bottom of the ocean, but that
Yeah.
creates its own problems where it's just going to heat the ocean.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend it, particularly for you, because again, they do in the where it's good for humanity, a lot of it ends up
Mm.
being around teaching and how they're like, yeah, you can have the best education at your fingertips, and you won't need teachers anymore, and you'll be able to have this, and everyone
Haha.
will be so much
Sure.
better. And when they're like, you don't need teachers anymore, I'm like, how is this a positive? Like, I don't get this is your positive thing.
No, it
Anyway,
just means everybody will be doing DYOR all the time, and they'll actually won't be as smart as they think you are, and everybody will have Dunning-Kruger.
well, they do talk about how one of the positives will be the world can just sit back and paint. You can be a painter. You don't need to go out and worry about having a job. You can just paint.
Okay. I got
Um,
a book everybody should read. It's called Frank Herbert's Dune. It's premised on the idea that we're in the future, but at some point in the past, humanity went, "Hey, we want machines to do everything for us," and then, "Oh no, they took over." Shit.
that's a big piece of the negative side, the apocalypse side. And the one of the people in the documentary, he goes, I like to think of myself as an apocalyptimist. And that's when the guy's like, I'm gonna name myself, I named this documentary after that phrase. I think it's a
Oh
good
my
phrase.
God.
But the guy who wrote Nexus is a big part of the first half
You
of
are
the
all right. Okay, yeah.
yes, he's a
All right.
huge piece of it. Anyway, you would really like it. I think
I might
you
have to
would
check it. I'll definitely check it out.
so I to tell you how much I like it, it got a 4.5 stars from me, and I might rewatch it again tonight with my wife
Okay,
because she didn't get to
cool.
watch it. So I might rewatch it.
All
Either
right.
that or I'm going to go see The Mummy, one of the two, by tomorrow on when we record Wrestling with the Horror of It All. Watch
Well,
it
my
again.
family this weekend we're going to see the Mario Galaxy film.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
As a family, we're my kids want to see it. So
You know what
Nice.
Eric and I are doing as a family this weekend?
Oh dear.
WrestleMania,
cuddling.
baby.
Oh, cuddling. Oh, sorry.
WrestleMania.
So
No, he
cuddling.
never cuddles anymore.
We're not. So speaking of WrestleMania, I just want to mention this super fast before I get into the news, because normally in the past years we will throw the WrestleMania up on this channel. So if you were expecting that again this year, it's not going to go up on this channel. It's going to stay over on the Wrestling with the Horror of It All side this year. So you had it for free
Aw.
before. Now, if you want it, you got to come over. We gave you the taste. Now you got to come over and get the real stuff over on our side.
I mean, by subscribing for free to another podcast. Okay, cool.
Quiet, you.
Yes.
It's not like we have a
Um,
paywall or something.
I just wanted to let people know in case anyone was expecting it. It is going to be over there. So, all right, let's get into some news. Now, I will try to go through the news as fast as I can, but Cinecon is going on right now. So there's a bunch of things. So a lot of these are going to be some
Is that adult
one-hit.
film stars? Oh, sorry,
No,
no.
no, not
Different sin.
Cinecon.
Sin.
Sorry,
Sin.
I think
CIN?
it's actually CinemaCon. It's
CinCon.
technically.
CinemaCon. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
All right, so here we
Cinema.
go. I will go through these as best as I can. And I'm going to start with this one because I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's a John thing. But I pulled this for you.
Okay.
Is it Aegon? Aegon's Quest movie is officially in the works. That was announced.
Aegon's Quest?
Yeah, it's Game of Thrones thing.
Oh, okay.
Aegon.
Yeah, you got the name right, Aegon.
So
I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be about because there's nothing like.
maybe that's why he's only getting a movie and not a TV show.
Is it supposed to be? I mean, that's the other problem is that there's like 6 Aegons.
Now you know why I had to stop reading the book, because everyone has the same goddamn name.
Well, that happens
And
if
I'm
you're
like,
reading history, dude. That's not a problem of things. That's a problem with
yes,
you.
this isn't history. This is
Well, but it's based like it is history.
yes, it's history because he will be dead and buried, and you will too, before you will ever find out what happens in that last book.
Easy, greasy.
So,
Coming at you, folks. Coming
I
at you.
think
I've already
everyone
come to terms
agrees
with
with
that. Okay.
yeah, I think everyone has come to terms. And that's why it's a joke now, is because everyone's like,
Okay.
he's not writing this.
Casey, the last book came out before I was married.
I understand that. I understand, which is why you're not going to get the last book, which is 2 books removed, right? Am I correct? Is he got 2 or
Yeah, 2 left.
yeah, you are never going to find out the
I know.
outcome of that.
Yeah.
Actually, you will. I bet you. Here, I have a theory. He's actually
Uh-oh.
written it, and it's it's locked on his hard drive and it's released upon my death, so that when everyone finds out that he liked the ending of the HBO show and he kept it and put it in the book, he doesn't have to hear the complaining.
I could actually
it's
accept
actually,
that.
he writes on a DOS computer that has no connection to the internet.
That I can appreciate.
No, I understand. That means that no one can ever hack it.
Yeah, that's why I think he's got it locked away somewhere, and he's like, on my death, you will
Break
all
into
get it.
his house in Santa Fe, I guess.
All right, here we go. So now let's start going through all the other stuff. Again, CinemaCon is happening. So let me go. I'll go backwards in the news because I go from most recent down. So I'm going to start at the bottom. This was a couple of days ago. Over 1,000 major Hollywood names have signed an open letter saying they oppose the Warner Brothers Paramount merger. And here's all I have to
It's
say
gone to
on this
2000.
is, what the fuck took you so goddamn long? And this letter does nothing. This letter doesn't help you at all. You know when this letter would have helped you? Before they won the deal. And the unions should have been, the second they won the deal, should have been like, we will not work for your company. We are done. And the only thing the unions can do now is make a public statement that says the second Congress has signed through and given you this, we go on strike and will not work for your company. That is the only
I
option
listened
you
to
have.
Damon Lindelof talking about this because he's one of the first signatures.
I can believe it.
And it's now up to 2,000 people. And what he was actually talking about he was talking about how what they actually want more than anything, besides other objections, is that when the whole thing was possibly going to be Netflix, there was all this procedure.
Yeah.
Of like, and what he sees as his primary demand is that same procedure be initiated, and that this not just be passed through with like no dot your I's, cross your T's kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
So
they got to do something, but this is too late. This is now. I'm going to refer to this as Hollywood's world's smallest violin, just playing there because no one's going to pay attention, and they don't give a shit because when Cory Booker asked them to come to Congress, the response was, "I'm so sorry, I can't come," and it's pretty straightforward. This deal, I'm not showing up. It's like they don't care. They know they're getting this through. So
who's Skydance? Who's the owner of Skydance?
I'm not at liberty to say. Eric, do you want to say the name?
Something Ellison. David Ellison.
David Ellison. Yeah.
You mean that talentless hack? No talent moron? Yeah. That's why he's a CEO. He's a CEO because he has absolutely this much talent.
Speaking of talent, let's talk about the next story. Paddington 4 is officially in the works. And that makes me happy. So Paddington 4.
And Eric asked last week, you want to mention the fact that Wonka 2 started?
Eric did ask for Wonka
did.
2, and Wonka 2, I didn't actually put in the news because I just shared it with you guys, but Wonka 2 will reportedly begin filming in August.
Sorry, I'm more excited for Paddington, if I'm being honest.
Oh, okay.
I am too, honestly. Paddington's just been stellar.
Paddington in Peru. I mean, not the best of the series,
I
but
still
like
need to watch that one.
Olivia Colman. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Paddington also won the Olivier for Best New Musical, by the way. And the actors, both the male and the female actor, won for actor.
The parents, I assume.
Yeah, because there's a person in the suit and then there's the voice. So,
Oh, I see. Okay.
so they won anyway. I was very excited for that. Jumanji 4 is officially titled Jumanji Open World. Everyone's coming back for it. And it will open on December 25th. And I'm very excited for this. This is supposedly the last one with this cast. And I think this cast is amazing. So I'm looking forward to it. I want to know how you're going to switch things around, because I do appreciate each person getting into the avatars differently. And so I really love how they do it. So I'm very excited for that. A new Long Legs movie is in the works. That makes me very happy. Osgood Perkins is teaming up with Nick Cage again. So that makes me very happy. This was some shitty news. Disney laid off over 1,000 people, and almost the entire visual development team of Marvel was laid off, of Marvel Studios. They kept, from the reporting, they kept a very small skeleton crew who will be responsible for hiring people on a project by project basis.
Ew,
Um,
I hate that.
yes, I think it's really shitty. I get Disney need to make some cuts, but this was a bad. You were already taking a lot of shit for your AI work and your visual department. This does not
Yeah.
look good. They also laid off their entire home distribution team. So the team that would be responsible for making DVDs, Blu-rays, and things like that were gutted. I think that entire team was fully laid off. Marvel Comics had some people laid off too, but I don't know who. And then I don't know what the rest of it was. It wasn't a good day. We knew it was coming and it was inevitable, but um, yeah, not that great. Moving on from CinemaCon. Now, this is where all the CinemaCon stuff is really going to start to explode. An Oceans prequel is set to come out in 2027, and it will follow the parents of Danny Ocean at the 1962 Monaco Grand Prix. It is being directed by what's the guy from Hangover? The guy's now a director. Shit. Okay, he was in the Lady Gaga movie, Stars Born.
Oh, Bradley?
Bradley Cooper, thank you. Bradley Cooper will direct it, and I think he's starring in it as Danny Ocean's dad. And the mom is Harley Quinn, is Barbie herself,
Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie. So it's Margot Robbie and him. I actually think this actually could be decent. I don't mind this, and I like that it's being period. I think that will be better for it. So
Okay.
that's a good one. We found out that Evil Dead Wrath will go into movie theaters next year. That I did not know because I thought that was the one that was about to come out. I also learned as part of the same phrase, Evil Dead Wrath will release in theaters next year, leading 2026 and 2027 to have back-to-back Evil Dead film releases. So I thought Wrath was the one coming out this year. So we have one this year and one next year, and that makes me happy. Eric, I see something in your future. Um,
Yeah.
so I think we're gonna have some
Punishment.
fun there.
Punishment.
Speaking of punishment and in your future, the full cast of Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum has been released. Andy Serkis will play Gollum, Ian McKellen will play Gandalf, Kate Winslet will play Marigold, Jamie Dorn will play Strider, Leo Woodle will play Halvard, Lee Pace will play Thranduil. Thranduil? I don't remember how you pronounce his name.
Thorndale.
Thank you. And
Thorndale.
Elijah Woods will play Frodo Baggins. And this is not the one that this is not the movie that Stephen Colbert is doing. Stephen Colbert is doing a different one, which is he's adapting a section of Fellowship of the Ring that was cut from the movie and turning it into a sequel movie. I think that's what it is. He's very excited. He and his son are writing the movie, and they made a huge announcement about it not too long ago.
Okay.
The Aunt Gladys prequel movie, Gladys, will open on September 8th, 2028. That makes me happy. Final Destination 7 will release on May 12th, 2028. The Snoop Dogg biopic was announced and will release next year.
Like a biopic, like actors' portrayal and stuff like that of him.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
Any casting news on that? Who's playing who?
They did, but I don't remember. I don't remember who it is. Give me 2 seconds. I'll read the last one while I check. Kristen Bell will be playing Mrs. Claus in Violent Night 2. Violent Night 2. Didn't we call that? Didn't we say it should be Kristen Bell when we talked about that movie?
Which one?
In Violent Night 2. I feel like we predicted that it should be Kristen Bell playing
as
Mrs. Claus.
I don't know if we did, but if so, that's a perfect casting.
Yeah, I feel like we did. I was trying to look up Snoop Dogg and it autocorrected to Snoopy Dogg, and now it's telling me about the new Peanuts movie that's coming out later this year on Apple TV.
So I looked it up. It's an actor
Jonathan
titled
Davies.
J. Yeah, he just goes by JD and in IMDb.
Yeah, I just,
J.
yeah.
Oh, so
Dudley
JD
got it.
Vance is going to cast himself as a black man? All right,
No,
cool.
I would not be surprised.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised either. Last bit of news. This is the lineup for Warner Brothers, with the dates. So, The Revenge of LaLorna, which or La, or sorry, La Lorna. Wait a minute.
You
No,
got it. I believe in you.
I know I got it. What I'm wondering is this a sequel to the other movie? That's why I need to check this out real fast. I will look up I'll go back to that one in a second. We'll circle back. The Ocean's 11 prequel will be on June 25th, 2027.
Is that going
Then
to be Ocean's 10?
No, it's
no,
Ocean's 2.5.
oh, what would it be? Because they already did Ocean's 8, and
Yeah, they already
that
did
was
Ocean's 8.
so. I guess
They've
it's
done
just got to be
11, 12, and 13, right?
if they're smart, they just do Oceans. They just have to. I was right. They
Or
just
just
had to,
or just Ocean.
I
Like
would do.
Danny Ocean.
I would still call it Oceans because it's the mother and father. So I would still call it Oceans.
Oh, okay.
That way you can have it. Okay.
Oceans 2, yeah.
All right. I
Or
was
two,
right.
or
Okay.
two Oceans, maybe. I don't know.
So Revenge of La Llorona, um, that's how you pronounce it, comes out on April 9th, 2027. It is a sequel to The Curse of La Llorona, which was the Conjuring movie. So that's why I was like, is this a sequel? It's another Conjuring movie in the Conjuring verse. I just didn't know it was there. Anyway, Evil Dead Wrath will be April 7th, 2028. Final Destination 7, May 12th. The Gladys movie, September 8th of 2028. And then this is the one that caught me off guard that I was like, what? No. I don't remember if they have the name. I'm looking to see if they have a name because it's cut off in my thing. Baz Luhrmann's new movie will come out on November 22nd, 2028. And I say Baz Luhrmann, either you want to take a shot in the dark of what this is. Now, I will give you one clue. It is a historical figure. What historical figure do you think should get the Baz Luhrmann approach, which means it's going to be like a rock opera?
Ronald Reagan. No. Bill
That's
Clinton.
that's way too modern.
Okay. Oh,
A
okay.
historical figure, like we're talking back in the day.
George Washington.
You're close-ish, but not really. Eric, do you want to take a
Thomas
shot?
Jefferson.
It's
Yeah,
not U.S.
maybe
It's not
Thomas.
US. Not US related.
Not US.
Oh,
It's a historical figure, and one of my favorite movies. This person has a movie based on.
Joan
All
of
right,
Arc?
you got it. Joan of Arc, baby.
Yeah.
Because I love the movie The Messenger, and it's Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc is getting a Baz Luhrmann movie, and I'm mortified and very excited for this whole thing because it could go in such a wild direction. I don't know how you do this. How does Baz
can't wait till
Luhrmann
I can't wait till she's doing a dance and singing number while she's getting burned.
I can't wait until the beam of light of God comes down to speak to her, and it's like just full on heavy metal rock. But speaking of heavy
Alanis
metal
Morissette.
rock, that would be really funny. Speaking of rock and Alanis Morissette and funny, Eric, where can we go to a library today?
Ooh, library time. Well, I'm happy to tell you that we're going to another library that was picked based on one of our stars of this current movie for the week. Now, obviously, we did Michael Keaton last week. He was from the Pittsburgh area. So this week, we're going to look at another perhaps famous portrayal from this movie. Which is that of Danny DeVito's. And Danny DeVito was born in the Neptune Township of New Jersey. So today we're going to the Neptune Township Public Library, where he would have been able to go himself. So in 1924, I got a lot of this from a couple things. This is on their website, but forgive me, it is very date based, so just bear with me on that. In 1924, the Ocean Grove Women's Club started a library with volunteers at its clubhouse, aided by books from the Monmouth County Bookmobile. It was open one afternoon a week. In 1932, Neptune Township rented a vacant store for the township's library. So that's only 8 years later. Those books, again, were supplemented by the Monmouth County Bookmobile. So jump ahead a bit. 1955, the Township Library opened at the Township Municipal Building and part of the Welfare Room. It was open 4 hours each Tuesday afternoon, and that's about it. Right? Still not a lot of time to go to the bookmobile or to the library. So, in early 1961, the Friends of Neptune Library was organized, and a site, location, and building was finally proposed, permanent, right? By July of that year, the Township Library opened its doors on, I'm going to say this wrong, Corliss Avenue. That was a renovated 800 square foot, roughly, machine shop. The library was now open 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday, and then they had an extra 2 hours, though you had to come back after they closed on Wednesdays. That was at 7 to 9. So they closed at 5:30, and then you could come back 7 to 9 on Wednesdays. In 1962, the Friends of Neptune Library reorganized as the Neptune Library Association, and then 2 years after that, a board of trustees was organized and began meeting monthly. By 1965, plans were underway for the new Neptune Library, and that was going to meet the critical needs of capacity that they had by then. Groundbreaking for the new Neptune Library didn't start until 1969, however, and opening day for the new library finally came on March 22nd, 1971. Now, Daniel Michael DeVito Jr., born November 17th, 1944. He was born in the Raleigh Fitkin Paul Morgan Memorial Hospital in Neptune Township, New Jersey, the son of Daniel DeVito Sr., who was a small business owner, and of course his wife, Julia DeVito. Not of course, but that was his wife, Julia DeVito. Danny DeVito, as we know, he grew up in a family of five, not only his parents, but then his two older sisters. He was raised in Asbury Park, New Jersey, which is basically right next to Neptune. He lived a few miles away from the original Jersey Mike's location and would eat there frequently growing up, which would ultimately inspire him to become the sub shop's first celebrity spokesman in the line of commercials that began September 22. I'm a fan of Jersey Mike's, which is why I brought that fact up. DeVito was raised as a Catholic. When he was 14, he persuaded his father to send him to boarding school to, quote unquote, keep him out of trouble. And he graduated from Oratory Preparatory School in Summit, New Jersey in 1962. Now, while working as a beautician at his sister's salon, his search for a professional makeup instructor led him to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, which is where he ultimately graduated in 1966. So thank you to his sister and her salon for helping to inspire and move Danny DeVito towards the theater. So back to the Neptune Township Public Library. That, like I said, that is in Neptune City, technically, New Jersey. The zip code there, for those of you keeping me honest and coming at me, is 07753. 07753 is the zip code. And the hours for that Neptune Township Public Library is, they are closed on Sundays, so no Sundays, folks, sorry. But then otherwise, you can get there between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. every day. And you can stay as late as 8 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. But even Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So pretty good hours otherwise. Good job on Neptune City for that. And so I hope if you are in Red Bank and you don't mind about a 20-minute drive south, you'll check out the Neptune Township Public Library. Back to you, Casey.
Why, thank you, Eric. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Let's talk about some Batman Returns, shall we? Batman Returns came out on June 19th, 1992. It is PG-13. And boy, is it PG-13.
Boy, is it.
Warner Brothers. Its runtime is 2 hours and 6 minutes. It cost $80 million to make this movie. So for those of you keeping track, Batman 1989 was $35 million. And they were like, we got a big return of investment. Let's improve this. The first Batman movie, Batman 1989, made $251 million. This one made in the US $163 million. The original 1989 one globally was $411 million. This one was $267 million. Gee, I wonder what it was. All the parents taking their children to see this movie and then realizing what it was. You can't sell toys. You can't sell toys of this. I mean, sure, maybe you can have a Batman. Maybe you can have a Batman.
the Duckmobile.
Yes, you can. You can have your penguin figure with his felt coat, and his little fuzzies here. You can have your penguin, and that's all good. But do you really want to have an overly sexualized Catwoman for your children? Did you know this costume?
Not for your children.
Yeah, as well as not for the children.
Did you know this costume? It was $1,000, and she went through like 62 of them to make it.
That's poor thing. Okay,
But
I also think she had to be vacuum sealed into it. Like I think
That's
like they
probably
had to
true.
like suck air out of it to
But
like,
you know, the one that everyone wanted, every child wanted, that Shrek toy.
actually that's a pretty fucking badass looking toy.
You know, I will say that when I watched Christopher Walken as Shrek, I could see the future of him playing the Headless Horseman already.
I know you can. That is that.
You can see it in retrospect. You can see
the wide eye. This is one of his best looks, in my opinion.
It is
Christopher
Oh, it's
Walken
just
character.
mad.
It's really fun.
Now let's get into everyone's favorite game, the game that we get so many emails about, wanting to know where do I come up with my questions, and well, I just do. So here we go, the Golden Abacus Award. So currently, Eric, you have 4 points, and Dr. John has 5 points. He's leading by 1. So not bad. So question number 1, here we go. How heavy was the bat suit?
this one.
Yep. How heavy was the bat suit?
60 pounds.
Eric says 60. Now I'm gonna do whoever's the actual closest.
105.
We're gonna go over the rule.
So it's
over
okay
the
to be
Price is
over.
Right. Yes,
Okay.
you just need to be the closest. You said 105.
Yeah.
One of you is actually pretty close. That bat suit weighed 55 pounds.
I went way too far.
And of course, you could not actually turn your head.
That was quite obvious.
Yeah. I always love
And
watching
yet,
him. Like,
why does this Batman feel the need to reveal himself to fucking everyone in Gotham all the time?
Well,
He's got a key for
also,
showing off.
Also,
Praise
come up
King.
with a better way to remove your cowl than just ripping it, because that means you have to make a new one
Ripping the
every
foam.
time you take it off.
Why
Anyway,
do you
the
think
foam
he had
rubber?
so many of them?
yes. All right, next up, here's the next question. This movie came out in 1992. It came out in June of 1992. What major U.S. hurricane was in August of 1992?
Hurricane Andrews.
Okay, Andrews is your guess.
92?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna say El Nino.
Well, Eric's definitely lost. John got it right. It is Andrew.
I know.
Yeah. But I just know the Nino was a big thing in the 90s.
That's
so
not a
early 90s.
hurricane. That's just a
It's-
weather event,
pattern.
and we're in
It's
an El Nino pattern.
I
this year.
am El Nino for all those who don't speak Spanish. That is
Eric, I'm giving you both of you
the
got
Nino.
Eric, if you want to overtake John, you have to get this right. This is a double point question. You have the ability to get 2 points. What was Penguin's first appearance in what year?
Oh, jeez.
Wait, you just need the year? Do you need an issue number?
I
What
need
are
the
you
issue
looking
and the year.
Oh,
There's 2 points. You
fudge.
get a point for the year and a point for the issue.
Detective Comics number 54 in 1940.
It's 54.
I was blind guess there. I don't remember when he showed up.
All right, Eric, don't take a shot.
No.
I mean, you have to if you want a point.
I'll say 1950,
All right.
and I don't even know where to begin with the issue, but I'll say issue number 38
Of what?
whatever.
Of what?
Detective Comics. I don't know
Okay,
where
all right.
wherever he was part
All
of
right.
Batman.
One of you got remarkably close. Remarkably close. So neither of you are
John,
getting a
right?
point for
It's
this.
John.
Detective Comics
Mm-hmm.
Detective Comics issue 58, not 54. So he was really close for a shot in the
Okay.
dark. And 1941, not 1940.
Oh, man.
You
I was
were
pretty
actually-
sure.
You were actually
Does he get a point for
really
the 40 at least?
No, you get it.
I got
you get the
1940.
year. He was 4.
It's 1941. I was
Yeah.
really, really close by
Yeah, but
year.
he didn't go over the year. He went
Yeah,
over
but
the
this
issue
one I
number.
wanted the exact.
He wanted the year. He wanted the exact. That's
Yeah.
fine.
All right, Abacus man.
I'm just happy that on a blind guess, I got that damn
I'm
close.
actually really impressed too. I almost want to give you a point for just getting a blind guess like that.
Hey, Eric, I'll put it this way. Batman first appeared in 1939 in Detective Comics number 27.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I was basing my guess forward on.
Yeah, because he
So,
also
I have
John
no
also knew
comic
that
book history knowledge.
Penguin was Penguin is an older character, so he's
yeah,
one of the originals.
I know
So
he'd been around for a while, so I was like, okay,
yeah.
I got close. I mean,
You
that's
did.
fair
That
enough.
was
I'm pretty
I'm
good.
impressed with that. So I've seen this movie before. It is directed by Tim Burton, written by Daniel Waters, music again by Danny Elfman. It is Michael Keaton as Batman, Danny DeVito as Penguin, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, Christopher Walken as Max Schreck, Michael Goff as Alfred, Pat Hingle as Commissioner Gordon, Paul Rubens as Penguin's
Yes,
father, Diane Louise Salinger as Penguin's mother. I
both
will
in Pee
give
Wee
you
Herman's Big Adventure.
I will give you someone can have a shot for a bonus point at the Abacus Awards if you can tell me what famous makeup actor is in this
Oh,
movie as one of their first movies. I believe it's the third movie this
I
person
don't
ever
remember
did.
his name, but it's Billy from Hocus Pocus.
Eric, do you want to take a shot?
No.
He's a clown.
I don't know.
So I'm gonna give a point because I did say I would give it. So John is getting a bonus point for this. It is Doug
He runs away at
Jones.
the end too.
It's Doug Jones. This
Doug
is,
Jones,
I
that's
believe,
it.
his third movie.
He's the paper
He's
boy.
no, he's
No, no,
the
no,
thin
no.
he's thin clown.
Oh.
This is the future Abe Sapien.
Yeah, Abe Sapien. He's also the fish man from Shape of Water.
He's
He's
Billy from Hocus Pocus, the
he's
corpse.
in Star Trek
Oh yeah.
Discovery. Eric's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's okay.
He's also isn't he also the main villain or not the villain, the kind of head of the cult, if you will, in What We Do in the Shadows TV show, John? The white guy.
He's the roommate. He's the original roommate who is the old Vlad vampire. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Who's
anyway,
not,
He ends up leaving to go
gets
off in the Emerson
beheaded
Spring.
and things like that. Yeah, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Right?
all the
so
bad stuff happens to him.
so bonus points, John, for no, even though you didn't get his name, you didn't know who it
Yeah.
was. So I'm going to give you a bonus point for that one. Um, sorry, Eric. I'll try to give you a shot.
Fake news. Fake news.
Look, you're only on 3 of 9 movies. You've got plenty of time to
Yeah,
come
fair
ahead.
enough.
You need to.
Yeah,
Now
because
you know how
my comic book knowledge will really go up by then.
Hey, this is the first time I think I've picked one that's actually been comic book related.
Yeah, that was rude.
True.
So I try to go all over the place. All right. So let's talk about this movie, shall we? That starts off with a woman in labor, and Pee Wee Herman has a weird deformed child that he will put into a metal cage with wheels that will eat a cat that somehow he can pull through those bars.
Hey, I'll tell you what's really messed up is that the woman
Whole movie?
playing the wife is also they're both from Pee Wee's. They were both in Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Yep.
She's the waitress at the dinosaur place.
Mm-hmm.
I love that crossover effect.
Yep.
Which is also a Tim
I've
Burton
seen
movie,
memes
right?
about it.
The Big Adventure.
That's
Yes.
one of the
I think that's
there's
where
memes about
he-
that one.
I think that's where
That's where he goes looking for his
started?
bicycle in the Alamo.
but I think that was that's where Burton met Pee Wee.
Yes.
And then they became friends.
And
They
he had
actually-
done that film before this. So
This-
that was
The
I just want to say that this Batman, after watching it the whole time, felt like it was written by Roald Dahl and directed by Tim Burton.
yes.
Like that is how I.
there's a little bit of that. Yeah, you're right.
The when did they film this movie? The
Ridiculous
original choice to play Penguin's dad was actually going to be Burgess Meredith, and they he was sick, and so they couldn't do it at that time.
Interesting.
So start talking about it. What are your thoughts on this movie?
This movie's fucking
Besides the fact that
wild.
everybody's you know what? This film actually went down in my opinion of it on this rewatch.
Really?
For some reason, I held this film in a much higher regard, but it'd been a while. And then I realized, oh, everybody's just dirty, horny, and everybody wants to give away their secret identity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Bruce is desperate for it. Like, please, look,
Yeah.
I took off my mask for you.
Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up like Batman?
I love the fact that he called out Alfred for letting Vicky into the Batcave.
Yes. I
That was
appreciate
pretty
And
good.
that.
apparently, his
So-
inability to let go of his, alternate personality issue, is why he and Vicky failed.
So I don't know what the order they filmed this movie in, because we know they film movies out of order. But there is a slim chance that they filmed the birth scene first before they did some of the other stuff. There's a slim chance.
Mhm.
And I have to assume they did, because they started filming this movie in June of 1991. Now, do you want to tell me? Do you want to take a guess? What happened in July of 1991?
No, off the top of my head, no.
Anyone? Bonus
I turned
point.
11.
I can't.
What would
I
cause them to maybe want to decide how they were going to do this sequence, this opening scene?
Did Jessica in the well?
No,
Little
was
Jessica?
it was it Oklahoma bombing? Was that
No,
no.
no, it's not
okay?
yet.
That was too late.
In a small adult movie theater in Sarasota, Florida, July of
Oh, Pee
1991,
Wee.
Paul Rubens
Oh my
was
goodness.
arrested for public indecency and
Probably with
child
that
porn.
fucking mustache that he had for this film.
So I have to assume that they filmed this
Yeah,
sequence first
Yeah.
before, because I can't
or they
imagine any
canceled him.
studio being like, let the guy who was just arrested for that, let's bring him in and film a scene where he's going to be a
I'm
father.
surprised they didn't reshoot it though, because it's not like that scene would have been that hard to reshoot.
Well, but you already did it, and you've
Yeah,
already
that's my
got the whole
thought.
thing.
Is you
He's
already
not coming
did
back.
it, and yeah, he's
it's not like
coming
it's
back,
and it's not like he's portraying a good guy either, you know. I
right,
guess
and he's
is
not going to
what
be
I'm
doing. We're not going to do any press with him. Just sweep it under the rug and let it be there. Because I feel like that he's not in the credits officially. Because I didn't know it was Pee Wee
saying.
for the longest time. It was until
He's-
people told me.
I noticed it immediately, this time, but
Yeah, this time
I
because we know what he looks. But I'm saying at the time I don't know. And
yeah.
also, like, there's so many things I noticed. I watched on the 4K and Penguin's flippers. You can see they didn't fully paint all of it. So like part of it's painted like his skin tone, but some of it's not, and you can see it in the 4K.
I don't know that my parents let me watch this at the time. This
Oh, I did.
this
My
wasn't
parents
the
did.
first time I've seen it. I'm fairly confident, but this felt very first time. Like I've seen a lot of the stuff, scenes and stuff before, but this for some reason felt new-ish in terms of watching it and storyline
Well,
wise, especially.
my wife came in about halfway through and
Hmm.
stayed for about 40 minutes, almost to the end, and then got up and said, "This movie's bad."
It is. It's so much worse than I
No,
wanted it to be.
I actually do like this one. There's something very comic booky about it.
Oh yeah, no, they're
It
definitely
definitely
trying to
keeps up the
recap.
comic book aspect. I actually think I like Christopher Walken. Ironically, I think his performance is really
Yeah.
good. In it.
Yes,
And Michelle Pfeiffer is great as Catwoman. I mean, this is the
Yes,
few examples
this
of
is the best
where
Catwoman. I'm sorry.
I will give you that. This is one of the few
I don't know if I'm going to
examples
accept that.
where multiple villains actually works. He does a
I don't know
really
that I'll
good
agree with
job,
that.
but I think he does a good job of juggling. It's not like, oh, this is the Riddler movie, but we have to put Two-Face in it. Or
Well,
this is
my
this is the Sandman movie, but the studio said Venom has to be in it.
my problem with it is that with the multiple villains is that Catwoman's character is barely hanging on with a purpose
Well,
to a
They're
degree.
hanging on to sanity too.
well, I like that she's
Fair
nuts.
enough.
Although
Yes.
I don't know how
I
she
don't love
survived
that.
it.
I don't love that. I don't love
I
that
did
she's
like
nuts. I don't love
her.
I have 9 lives. Like there's so much weird about
That
Catwoman
Okay,
part
and her
is
like
weird. That is
her
not
rage.
part of the comics of that where she falls from a building, gets eaten by cats.
Yeah, like
Um,
what? Like that was when I was like, oh, this movie's bad. Like that was the
I
first
love
moment
when
I was like, this is not gonna
okay
I
be.
never noticed
when
originally the 4K. You could see it, all of the cat marks that are all over her body when she comes back into her room. Never noticed that before until this.
okay, so there's that sequence where she busts up some of the neon light that said hello there,
Yes, it says
and
be
it
hell
says
there
hell
or hell.
here.
Hell
And,
here.
like,
Yeah.
Yes,
I like
I,
that.
icon.
I called
Oh,
that out.
that is my favorite shot of her too. Is that
When you
sexy
frame her in the
shot?
window.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sexy shot in the window because it's clearly meant to be just a sexy shot of Catwoman.
Well, yeah.
Whereas later on you get to like Torn and stuff like that, and it's
Oh,
fine.
hey, look, don't badmouth Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, by no means am I.
I
I
think
I will say this. I think she was done dirty by this because the
A little
character
bit.
arc is really shitty.
Well,
Like
that's what I was saying.
there's
It feels
no
like it's very
understanding here.
it's
I
wedged in there, and without Shrek, it actually has no. Shrek is literally the glue that holds this movie together.
yes, he is because
Yeah.
he's the motivation for both villains.
Yes.
Because if Penguin, if a if Penguin hadn't kidnapped him, then he wouldn't. Penguin would not have had his arc where he's going to run for mayor.
Yeah.
And if what Penguin kidnapping him is also what leads him back to the office at the time he goes to the office, and which leads him to kill her or try to
Yeah.
kill her because the
Yeah.
timing, the way
Well,
the
the
timing
awning
works
really
out.
helped save her, probably.
Yeah, and she probably wouldn't have forgotten everything if it wasn't for everything that had happened. So
Mhm.
he really is. She wants revenge for him, and her motivation makes sense. I want revenge. Penguin's motivation's a little bit weird. them crossing together, the only thing they have is both of the male leads, Danny DeVito and Michael Keaton, are horny for Catwoman. And so they both want her. And there's that whole sequence. And then
Yeah.
Batman wins out because he's the better guy.
But I see no reason for Catwoman to be against Batman. That's never understood. The way she is like, fuck him. Like, why is she anti-Batman?
Because because she knows he's going to try to stop her from getting the revenge that she wants.
That could have been clear, but I mean, I love
that
when
could have been
there's
clear for sure.
I love that
also,
sequence.
she went nuts because she's now part cat.
Yes, but when they both
Which
try
is
to
stupid.
leave,
But
Yes,
when they
I
both try to
agree.
give Alfred
100%.
excuses, when they both try to leave
I
and
like
give
that a
Alfred
little bit.
excuses, I love when she says, "Make up a sonnet or a dirty limerick."
yeah,
I would have appreciated if Alfred, if there was a cutscene where Alfred, he has that little moment. Okay, Batman said this and Catwoman said this, and if he goes, "Wait a minute, Master Bruce is going and told me to do this, and there's this new female villain, and she just made an excuse to do this. She's Catwoman." Like, I would have loved if Alfred was smart enough to piece it together on his own instead of one of the worst lines next to what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else.
It's such a bad line.
Mistletoe is deadly if you
Yes.
if you eat it. Oh, a kiss is even deadlier if you mean it. Shit, you're Catwoman.
Yeah, that was actually kind of hilarious.
Let me rip off my mask.
No, when they do that scene when they're in the party, that's actually kind of funny. I was like,
It's okay.
"Aw, you guys need to find a room and fuck."
Well, she tries. She does
I know.
try at the beginning of that. She's like, "Hey, there's a room back here. You want to go back there?"
Yeah.
Like, this
Look,
Batman fucks.
Do you want to
and
wear
we
your
know that.
Batman mask?
Actually, I don't know that. I mean, he wants to. I'm not saying he doesn't want to, but we have yet to see him. We
I
have
want
yet
to
to
see these.
him
We
No,
haven't
they
watched it on
should have been
screen,
able.
but I'm pretty
We should have
sure.
been able to have them hook up, and we should have had them deciding on which one of them's going to wear the costume.
I'm going to just repeat a news
That's why
story.
all the stitches were.
It's like a BDSM thing, guys. This is what this is.
You will definitely hear this on the audio version. I hope you will be able to hear this on the video version, or else this video is going to get pulled. But I'm going to quote the line that was said when they were talking about the Harley Quinn show. The rule that they were not that DC and Warner Brothers said to the Harley Quinn people, Batman doesn't eat pussy. So they couldn't have that scene when they were going to do it in the show.
Wait, Batman was going to eat Harley Quinn?
No, Catwoman. There was going to be like a sex scene between them, and they're like, "No, Batman doesn't do that." Which then led every writer who's ever written Batman be like, "Yes, he does."
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Batman's a generous lover. Come on.
That was also, I think that was Gail Simone's response, is that he's a very generous lover.
Very good, Gail.
But anyway, I just wanted to this Batman is very, very horny. He definitely gets some.
Apparently, something about Christmas time.
This movie is a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie.
Yes, really bad one, but yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the fact that I can see that he spent more on the budget for the armor for the Batmobile.
So that's actually CG. I was looking
I
up
know.
here. This
I
is
can
one.
tell.
This is an early movie with CG.
Yeah.
There's two scenes. The other scene that had the CG? There's two bits.
Oh,
The car armor was one.
not when he's paragliding down, is it?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Eric, you want to take a shot?
I think rotoscope.
Do you want to throw something at it?
No, I can't think of where it would be.
Oh, that's okay. It's the batarang. It's the batarang that flies
Oh,
around.
you're right.
Boo. Yeah.
By the way, the fact that no one has spotted those bat signals on Bruce Wayne's house is pretty impressive.
That same note. Like, why is no one
also, it's a different house
to realize it?
It's also a different house.
This is his winter home. All right?
Don't we get to a different mansion in almost every movie at this point?
Probably. But my note is, how do people not see Bruce's reflectors?
I will say, yes to that, but I think his house is very secluded on acres of land. So I think there's some of that. The one thing I will say though is this movie shrinks Gotham right down to one city.
Oh, I know they really do get that
Shrek,
around the main square.
Yeah, and it feels so tight. There's public space that is next to a bridge that also happens to be next to the defunct.
There's two reasons for that. Reason number one, Joker destroyed that city. Before Joker was out, he destroyed that city with his riot. Number two, look, Their budget in the first movie was 35 million. The budget was 80 million. They couldn't afford to build the rest of the city. All right, just telling you.
More money, no more problems. Well, I
We
will say
know.
this: I still love the fact that they continue to have. I find it amazing, particularly at the end when the penguins blow up the zoo. I was like, well, look, someone finally did the
Oh
demolition that was
god,
obviously needed.
the
Like, because apparently
penguins.
Gotham does not demolish anything;
I know.
they just
So
leave it.
that's the other toy I don't have. There's a set of penguin toys, little penguin
Uh-huh.
figures. There's
Oh,
actually
nice.
another one. There was also
With
$100.
rockets on them.
Yes, with the rockets.
Yes.
There's also $100 GameStop exclusive. It's the penguin, the duck mobile, and it comes with the penguin and just the jumpsuit. And I did not buy that. Yeah. Oh, penguin biting the guy's nose. Why does he get to still be mayor? Why does he still get to run?
They keep that under wraps. It happened in the office.
Yes, but everyone saw it. Everyone should have been like, it could be
So-
worse. My nose could be gushing blood. Ah!
But
Well,
to
money.
but to John's point, yeah, A, the
Correct.
money, and
It
B,
Shreks people. So
they already work for the villain
Yeah.
in a way. So why wouldn't they just be like, well, either I stay with the villain or I probably die myself. So
Good point.
I
love
do
the
really want that
umbrellas.
that little outside toy mobile, Batmobile.
I love that he
the
took the
penguin.
time. He took the time to make it look like the Batmobile.
I
That's
know.
I
one of the
love it.
best
I love it.
ones.
I feel like that was actually in front of some grocery stores too, like essentially a replica Batmobile, sort of
maybe.
wagon thing. I'd be
The
curious.
5-year-old
definitely an
has a
arcade.
little Hot Wheel of it. He's with it, and then I
It
still
was a
have
short
one.
front though. I didn't like that. It was,
I still have one of my old McDonald's toys. It was the Duckmobile, but a penguin an umbrella in the front, and when you roll it, the umbrella spins, and it's supposed to
oh,
be
I
like
think
the
I had one of
hypnotize.
those.
So
Yeah,
the
I remember
5-year-old
that now.
has it downstairs.
God.
Nice.
I loved all the little toys for it. I love the Bat Missile. I love that Batman had in the event I ever have to go through an alleyway here in Gotham, I'll push this one button that will eject
All of my
the stuff.
pieces.
That
Which
was-
then what
That
happens
was
to those
meant to be if
pieces?
he got damaged and he had to like make an escape. I'm pretty sure that was for other reasons, but yes, we conveniently found an alleyway where he could escape the cops.
Yeah.
I wish it had broken apart and just been a bat cycle, that he can get
You
from.
mean like in Batman
That would be
Begins?
silly. No one
Mhm.
would ever do that, Eric. No one would ever do that. I still have my old Batmobile or my Batman Hot Wheels, and one of them in the set. It was the Batmobile. It was the Penguin car, and then the third one was the Bat Missile. Oh no! And then there was also the Bat Sled that he uses later in the movie.
Yeah.
The weird I've designed this if I ever needed to
Hydrofoil.
go into the
Like a hydrofoil.
sewers. But I had the Batmobile toy. The only one that I had for full scale Batman, it was the Batmobile, and you would push a button and it launched the sides off, and it became the missile.
Hmm.
So I had that one. It was really cool.
See, I still prefer the Batman animated series Batmobile. Still one of my favorites.
I do too. That may or may not make.
They
an
only get worse
appearance.
from here on out for a little while.
That Batmobile might make an appearance on next week's episode.
I'm just telling you guys right now, after this week, the Batmobile gets worse.
Yeah, I should have. Now that I think about it, I have the
I
Lego.
don't hate the neon of Joel Schumacher. Is that it?
Yeah, Joel
that
Schumacher.
Joel Schumacher has. Well, he
Yeah.
has two different ones. I have the Lego 66 Batmobile over there.
I do
in front of
too.
me.
Mm.
Yeah,
I love
there.
I love the 66
That's a great
one.
Batmobile. That really is a cool.
That is still a great
Yeah.
Batmobile.
And then
Yeah.
I haven't put it together, but I have the Lego Batman animated series one too.
Ooh,
But
that's
they
the one
dropped-
that's my favorite.
They dropped that on sale, and I want to get the Tumblr one because the Tumblr one came with the
I
little
have a
Joker,
Tumblr.
and I wanted the.
I have a
wanted the
knockoff
Tumblr.
version of the Tumblr.
So let's see. Is there anything else we want to talk about in this particular movie? Do we want to talk about the kiss? The kiss at the end. There's a kiss at the end of the outlet.
Oh God. Oh yeah. Again.
Like your
This is the
memories
most
trigger trauma. I love that Eric is
preposterous
like having
movie.
re-experiencing trauma as we talk about this.
because it was just so stupid. So much. It took the cartooniness of comics. I would say Joel Schumacher did a better job of capturing the comic book vibe
Shut your
than
mouth.
Bliss did.
Shut your
I'm
mouth.
sorry. She has to be so obsessed with this thing that she finds just from a random bad guy, right? That she then
At
has
least
to
be foreshadowed.
kiss of death.
It
It's
does.
just it's just
Well,
like,
not for
what
her.
is
She still got more
happening?
life. She's saving for next Christmas.
But
I
she
guess
didn't
so.
just remember. She didn't just use that because she also grabs one of the electrical cables.
Yeah,
Of
she
like
hates
the
the life.
giant bouncing like
Yeah.
generator that's next to her.
Hey.
Like
Look, I'm just saying. I'm just
so
saying.
much of this, like I don't know. By the end of it is when I started thinking the Roald Dahl thing because I was like, this is just preposterous villains and preposterous set pieces at this time. Like it's almost caricature of
I
itself.
I
It's the wrong
Of
appreciate.
what
umbrella.
the first movie created, this really just turned into a cartoon cash grab,
Well,
in my opinion.
I appreciate that there was a studio note, either that or it was just really good foreshadowing of knowing to prevent a studio note of the, all right, I'm going to do this and I have 9 lives. Okay, the audience needs to remember how many lives. So I was pushed off a building. Batman threw me off of a building and I landed in cat litter, which then I clean off myself, which that's just weird. And
Though
then
the cleaning herself, don't get me.
Penguin had her fall into that greenhouse.
yeah, the greenhouse. She's like, okay, that's 3. Do you got enough bullets to finish me off?
4, 5, still alive.
I would have
6,
loved if he
7.
would have been like, actually, I do. and
Tommy gun.
it just headshot her. Just one headshot. Boom. Dead. Done. Done with this. She's got 1 life left. I don't know what she's gonna do with that 1 life to live, but she's got one.
Come back and fuck Bruce Wayne. That's
The cat litter was amusing. The whole like cleaning herself, that was weird. I love the penguin umbrellas. I was gonna mention that a minute ago.
Yeah.
I love that he
the
grabs
fact
the
that
wrong one right before he dies. He's like,
Yeah,
He's the only one with the fun toys now. That's weird.
I know. He is the only one with the fun toys. The
Batman apparently makes his suits now out of cheap manufacturing out of China, where they're now plasticky.
Michelle Pfeiffer didn't look like she fully knew how to walk in the cat suit.
I don't
Like
think she
in that
could fully
burglary
walk in
scene,
the- I
like
don't
with
know
the
if she
5-inch
could.
stilettos. Yeah, that might have been.
I did know she did do the whip scene.
She's
That
kinda-
was actually her actually doing it on
I
one
feel like I
take.
did know that actually. Yeah,
Yeah, that
she
was a
wrote
one take scene. Um, man, what's Penguin? I didn't write down the whole line. Apparently, I thought I did. I was trying to look at my notes, but when Penguin's like, oh look, just it's the pussy I've been looking for. I think's his line. Just like, how did that make it through?
This was PG-13, right? At this point,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. At least
It would not be
Still-
PG-13 today.
I don't know that I don't know that I
might
can.
get an R
this
rating.
is- yeah, this would not be considered a kids movie today if you try to make this.
Well, they would have forced him into an R rating, and they probably
No,
would have.
it would have still been PG-13.
It would have, but
It would
like
still
they
be
could have
PG.
probably pushed themselves into an R. Just a
They would have
Pretty
had to
close.
change the pussy line.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the rest of it could still be because there's no fucks in it. So I think you could actually get away with it.
You
To
know,
Batman's
but
demise.
what?
one curse word in PG-13.
One fuck in PG-13. It's not
Yes.
one cuss word. It's one fuck. You can say
Yeah, you
shit
go
as
with
much
one.
as you want. Batman kills in this one. Flat out kills.
Yeah, the bomb.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
that
one
one
where
guy.
the 5-year-old would ruin his take on Batman. Like he would be like, "What just happened?"
Yeah.
So I don't know if I couldn't show him that a little bit. Trying to. Oh, I'd like to fill her void. I'm gonna
Yes.
teach her my French flipper trick.
Or when he offers her he has the moisturizer or whatever it is.
Yeah.
He's like unscented or scented.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's so many-
Like I will say this, as ridiculous as the penguin was, I mean, we need to talk about whether or not we like the fact that they made him an actual fucking penguin, basically. But like
I actually don't mind.
Danny
it. I like
DeVito,
this take.
Danny
like it.
DeVito leaned in hard. I don't
Yeah.
love
Oh
it.
yeah.
I don't
This-
love it, but it makes sense with Tim Burton.
You know what? Of all the characters, though, it makes sense that he's the horniest.
Yes.
I'm sorry if you lived your whole life down there and all you had around you was penguins. You'd probably be like,
He was totally fucking the circus gang.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
maybe, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That blonde-haired chick
Yeah.
with the dog.
Yeah.
I love when the little
Totally.
dog took the grenade into the
Yeah,
store
did
and
like
like
that,
the
yeah.
pen. I was like,
I mean, where do you think he learned the French flipper trick? Is
Yeah.
with the one
French-
woman that we
Oh.
see.
either that or all the
And,
dirty mags that have been flushed down because you know he collects all the trash.
So I was thinking,
Or he's more penguin than we want to admit.
his collecting of all of this. I love the blackmail scene. Max, you're gonna
Yeah.
do this. No, I'm not. Oh yeah. Well, here's your toxic waste. I got a whole lagoon of it back there. Well, if there was that, there would be paper evidence, and there's no paper evidence. Really? I have a lot of time and a lot of scotch tape. Look at this shit. Oh yeah. No. My assistant Fred, glad you mentioned Fred. Where is good old Fred? Here's his hand.
Especially like part of his like whole like forearm,
I love
basically.
that all.
It was a ridiculous portrayal, but Danny DeVito has said he'd be willing to come back for it.
He's
He
Have you ever
likes playing it.
seen? Have you ever
He
seen
leaned
the
in hard. I
scene?
liked it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the scene at the Oscars with him and Arnold Schwarzenegger are up on stage, and they talk about, look at him, he's taunting us, and they point at Michael Keaton, and he's like, "Come
No.
get me." No, that's so
No.
funny. Because it's
Eric,
like they've
this
both been as Batman villains, So
Eric, I don't know if I liked this take of Penguin when I first saw it. I can't remember, but
I
the
like a more
animated
gangster style
series, the
penguin for
animated
sure.
series that comes out the following year, I really loved because this was the penguin they used. They used this
Mhm.
design. He
Yeah.
has the flippers, the flipper hands,
Mm.
and that. And so for that ran for so long, and I was so used to it, and that was my biggest knowledge base of Batman for a while. And so
Hmm.
it grew on me. Now seeing regular Penguin, like
Is
sexy Colin Farrell Penguin's just a little weird.
I don't know that I'd call him sexy.
Colin
Is
Farrell's pretty
Shrek's
sexy. You're gonna say Colin
I mean
Farrell's not
Colin
sexy?
Farrell, I don't know his penguin. Is Shrek supposed to be a stand-in for Falcone?
No, he was just a new character they created for this.
Hmm. Well,
Anyway,
I mean, I know he's a new character, but do you think
no,
he
I
He
was
don't
does
meant
think
have
to
a,
be
he
no.
the
has a little bit
Falcone
of a
role?
Balcony vibe, but hey, when he says we need a Gulf of Tonkin or a Reichstag fire, I'm like,
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
shit.
sorry, what?
yeah. I thought that was pretty good. He's more of a Daggert than a Falcone.
Mm,
So, and Eric's like, "Who's Daggert?" Don't worry, you'll know when you watch Clayface the movie coming out soon next year, I do believe. All right, let's move to final thoughts and feelings on this movie. And you know what, Eric, because you clearly hate this movie, you're going first. Eric, what are your final thoughts on Batman Returns?
Final thoughts is hate's a strong word, so I'm not going to use it. This
Your
definitely
rating
didn't.
says hate.
It's a three. It still leans towards good because I do think that there are. I mean, Tim Burton continues to develop a really cool world, even if it's shrunk, in my opinion, this time around.
Hmm?
He still is really good about creating a Gotham aesthetic that I think will stick forever to some extent with Batman, or at least in our lifetime. Um, Again, I think everyone performed really well in their roles. I just don't know that the roles were always written really well, especially Catwoman. Um, yeah, I give it 3 stars because it's a major fall off from what the first one established in terms of almost not that the first one was realistic, but it took cartoony and made it feel realistic. This took realistic and made it feel cartoony. And not in a good cartoony way. Like still like there's a shot I think early on where it's flying over all of Gotham and showing the zoo, I think it technically is then, with
Yeah.
the
mhm.
crab or whatever. That really made me think of basically I was like, oh, this is where he gets his idea of what to create for Nightmare on Before Christmas, because it has a very similar vibe to this kind of wintry zoo scene that he creates.
This
There's a bit of that.
the performance and the darkness of this movie is why the pendulum swings so wildly to get to Joel
Yeah,
Schumacher.
I this movie made me realize why they didn't continue on with Tim Burton. Truthfully, because not that he didn't do a good job of creating a world, but that I don't know that I want to watch another. I don't want to. If two was this far removed from one in terms of quality, I don't want to know where three would have gotten to
Three
in
was
terms of
gonna
that.
be three was gonna be Two-Face and Scarecrow.
Yeah,
Was
so
what three was
I
gonna be
stand by that.
with Robin, with the Damon Wayans Robin.
Damon Wayans Robin. Yeah, I
Yeah.
stand by my comment.
So this is your least favorite of these.
So far, it is my least favorite Batman of the three we've watched.
I will say with the Catwoman, this Catwoman is a product of her times and what
Yeah.
they allow women to do on screen, particularly as a hero or villain. She only gets to do a little bit of punching, and then she even has the line when she's hit, and she's like, "How could you do that?" And you have Batman immediately be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
All those little bit, but her story is a clear product of 1992 of like we can't just have a woman be that strong of a lead. Dr. John, what are your final thoughts on this movie?
Well, I kind of gave it away earlier. I feel like everybody in this film, to some degree, has like some sort of dissociative identity disorder they're trying to tell everybody about, or everybody needs to be in therapy, and everybody apparently is horny.
Well, they do. That's Batman, though. That is actually Batman. Everyone has.
Oh, I know. But it's like everybody in this film seems to share like a similar problem of like, please notice me for who I really am, particularly Batman and Catwoman. Now, I don't completely hate the identity, but it's like we're just two messed up people. We should be together. I'm like, no, you should be in therapy.
You should be in a lot of things.
So
Well,
I gave it
we do know Batman will get therapy.
yes, well, but that's why I gave it 2.5 stars.
All right, 2.5 stars. So this is also your least favorite
Yeah, so far
of
it's
the
disappointing to me.
All right, all right.
I somehow have better memories of this film than what it showed me. So
Wow. It's one of the fun things about doing these is we do discover
yeah,
like some thoughts.
true.
Um, I I think I probably like this about as much as I did before. I don't really think much of my opinions changed on it. It's still a very weird movie, and I appreciate its weirdness. I appreciate how it leans into the comic book style, and I do think that the two
Yeah,
main villains actually do work fairly well. And this is one of those few examples where I can be like, okay, a
Christopher
villain can
Walken and his
actually
son Chip. His like weirdo son who looks like he has a football brain injury
who's
most
trying
of
to
the time.
talk like a Kennedy.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
weird. I do have I do have some fondness of this movie. It is not the best Batman movie, and I'm pretty sure by the time we actually flesh out our list, it's going to be really low.
Yeah.
Um, but I give it 4 stars.
Oh,
I actually do enjoy this one because again, it's just weird, and strange. It's very Tim Burton, and
yeah. I'll
I'm
give
a
that.
fan of Tim Burton, and it is. You want me? I want to show you an example of Tim Burton. Might be one of those movies I'm going to show you. But it's number 2 on my list right now. So Batman, and then Batman Returns, and then Batman 66. I'm pretty sure this one will actually. I even might adjust the ratings a tiny bit as we go through some others as I'm watching other examples of Batman. But I have a feeling this will probably be a little bit lower on the spectrum of Batman. So
You never
next
know.
week.
Batman and Robin could go lower.
Yeah, I'm really curious. I haven't watched Batman and Robin in a while. I'm actually really
I
curious to
haven't
see
either.
how that's actually going to play. And I want to watch the documentary on that before I watch it, where Joel Schumacher apologizes for the movie, and see where it is. I was hoping Eric was going to be back on screen as I say what next week's movie is, because next week's movie might throw him for a loop if he's not here.
I'm sure he'll
So
figure it out.
I'm sure he will. Next week, folks, we are not doing Batman Forever. And I realize that Batman Forever is the normal one that you would think we're doing. But because we're doing them in the release order, and this next movie actually does tie in closer to these two movies we just watched than it does to the others, we're going to go on and do Batman Mask of the Phantasm, which is definitely inspired by these two movies. So Batman Mask of the Phantasm 1993 comes out the next year, and it can be found on HBO Max, and I did confirm it is there. So look forward to that and what is possibly one of the best interpretations of the Joker ever, in Batman Mask of the Phantasm. So
True.
I'm excited to watch this one. I haven't watched this one in a while, so this is one I've been wanting to watch. Will I watch it with the 5-year-old? No, because it's a lot of exposition in this movie that we're going to watch. So much exposition. That's the only thing I remember about Mask of the Phantasm is just it's exposition the movie. Um,
Gotcha.
all that said, let us know your thoughts on Batman Returns. Did it hold up for you? Do you have the same fondness for Batman Returns as you did when you originally watched it when you were a wee one? Or was this your first time, like Eric's? Eric broke his Batman Returns virginity with this. And it's sad day. Sad day
My
there.
wife did too for part of it and regretted it. So
Yeah, well. I think a lot of people are going to have that same exact thought. So let us know at notfunnyguys.offthereels@gmail.com. That's notfunnyguys.offthereels@gmail.com. Let us know your questions, comments, concerns, and let us know what were your thoughts on Batman Returns. Find us over on the TikTok at nfg.offthereels, over on Insta at not_funny_guys_presents, on Twitter as Not Funny Guys Pod, on Blusky as the Not Funny Guys, on YouTube as the Not Funny Guys, where Dr. John is going through all of the Red Dwarfs. He's so close. He
almost done.
promises that in 2 weeks he will be done with Red Dwarf.
That is quite possibly true now, actually, at this point.
See, finally, you
Because
can get it.
I will only have 2 episodes left next week, and then I've got to watch The Promised Land. So yeah, no, I will be done in 2 weeks.
There we go. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then he will probably knowing Dr. John, he'll probably take a small hiatus of a week to go
Yeah.
get ready for news radio. So look
Yeah.
forward to that. Also, while you're over there, check out, I mean, hopefully you're watching this video over there, but if you're just listening to this on audio and you want to see the video, check that out over on YouTube. We're doing the Batman series just to see if you guys enjoy seeing us on camera. Some of you do, some of you don't. We'll see how it goes. And then Eric and I did throw up our WrestleMania predictions over there. And so that's been a lot of fun watching that. And yeah, check out the YouTubes. We're trying to make it grow some. Find me over on Twitter as Vash_Maxwell. Find me on Letterboxd as VashMaxwell. Find Eric over on Letterboxd as Ekly, EKLY. Check out his ever-growing movie list because I guarantee you he's going to watch the wrong movie next week because he wasn't here when I said what the actual movie was.
The Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh, he got it right. He
got it,
actually
you got
got
it.
it. Good
All right.
job, Eric. Good
He
job.
probably has it written down on a list in front of him.
He's looking at the spreadsheet. Quite honestly.
Of course I was.
But check out his ever-growing movie list on Letterboxd, Ekly, EKLY. Dr. John, where can they find you?
You can find me over on Instagram at esoteric_by_design. You can find me over on Letterboxd at esoteric_evans. And you can find me over on Substack at esotericbydesign.substack.com. And you can find me and our not funny gal, Dr. Kristen, over on Not Funny Guys Presents Thinking About Thinking, where we're currently digging into a two-parter about anti-Semitism.
That's right. That's right. And Eric and I can be found on Not Funny Guys Wrestling with the Horror of It All, where we just watched The Black Phone last week, and we're about to watch Werewolves Within, which is a fun romp with Lily from AT&T. So you can check out that. And then we'll be doing our WrestleMania special as well. And again, just a reminder, I said at the beginning, if you were expecting that to pop up on this feed like it has for the past couple of years, we are not putting it on this feed this round. It'll just be over there. So you can check that out over there. And I think that's it. Anyone have any last second thoughts?
No.
No? All right. Well, then I would like to thank you both. I would like to thank our audience. I'd love to thank our ever-growing audience in Vietnam. We see you, we appreciate you, and we love you. France, you got to step up. Vietnam has overtaken you. So I'm just saying. Also, everyone out in Columbus, Ohio, we see you and we love you. And to our special listeners in Long Beach, we know who you are. We know who you are. Just enjoy listening to us while you're sitting there on that couch. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And remember to keep it not funny.